We have got a backlog of movies to review, and I've typed them all consecutively, but you will be seeing them mostly in their own reviews, except for 2 parts and 3 parts we're doing in one big review because it's just easier that way. So to start everything off, we're going to be reviewing this movie that I remember seeing in theaters with my cousin Andrew and my brother Chad. Came out in October of 2006. Tuck Everlasting, starring Alexis Bledel, and the love interest is Jonathan Jackson, I think.
He was on the show General Hospital. He played Lucky.
I did not know that. And she's probably coinciding in this role. I think Gilmore Girls started in like the year 2000.
I don't even
So
know.
this was coinciding with her playing Rory on Gilmore Girls.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. What about that movie, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants?
Probably
was that
also
around the same
might
time?
have been coinciding as well too. But this is actually a remake of a 1981 film that is based off of a 1975 children's novel. So let's get into that. So again, this movie came out in 2002. It was directed by a guy named Jay Russell. It has an hour and 36-minute runtime, but it is based off of the 1975 children's novel. That novel was written by a lady named Natalie Babbitt. The novel is considered a modern children's literary classic and sold over 5 million copies. The Catholic Diocese of Buffalo, New York adapted it into a 1981 film. That film, I can't find a lot of information on it. That movie was filmed on location in Buffalo.
Oh.
Don't know if it's free on YouTube. Didn't really look.
Ah.
This movie was filmed in the state of Maryland, mostly in the Baltimore area. It cost, where is my notes on the cost? It cost $15 million to make, and it went on to barely gross $19.3 million. This movie could have been a much better movie with the cast that it had. We got William Hurt, we got Sissy Spacek, we got Ben Kingsley in there. And to me, it was an okay movie, but it was not a great movie. And I'll unpack that in a minute.
I guess so.
So for me, the box office total is very low, and that is reflective in the fact that it's just an okay movie, and I think this could have had the potential to be a much better film. Side note, the box is white, which most DVD boxes are black, so... Oh, and I love it. This is the golden era of DVDs where it has a scene selection list. And the box is a heavier duty box. I'm digging deep here for commentary.
He really is.
Oh, it was filmed in widescreen, 2.3 aspect ratio.
Oh.
So let's talk about the premise of this movie. And we're not going to go into differences from the book and the movie. We'll just focus on this.
Because we haven't read the book, so
no, we haven't read the book. And then we'll talk about how I feel like this could have been a better movie after we get our reviews out there.
Okay, so it centers around this young gal. I forgot her name already.
Was it Winnie?
Alexis, Winifred, you're right. The Alexis Bledel character. She's like your typical Tom girl. She's not ladylike, and her parents are saying they're going to send her away to like a girls' boarding school where she can learn some manners and learn how to be proper. And then she runs away and freaks out.
It's a period film.
Right.
When does it take place?
I don't know.
Early 1900s. But it's new enough into the 20th century that they have cars. But it's like Model Ts and stuff like that.
Sorry, I didn't do any research.
I would say in the 1910s.
Oh, okay. So when she's running away at some point from her parents, she finds this stream, tries to drink the water.
And there was like a bubbling spring next to a tree.
Okay. Stream, spring, whatever it was. And basically this hot guy right here who played Lucky on General Hospital, which I used to watch it with my mom, so that's why I know that. But anyways, he's like, wait, what are you doing? Don't drink that water. Like, you don't know what you're doing. And she's like, I'm thirsty.
Oh,
it's fine. And he's like, it's poisoned.
She's just like, well, my family owns these woods, so I can do what I want.
And he's like, well, the water's poisoned. And she's like, well, I saw you drinking it. So, and then he's like, okay, well, now you know something about what's going on. So I have to like take you. And then his brother
basically kidnaps her.
Actually, the brother comes out of the shadows and he's like, she knows too much. We've got to take her back to our camp. And then they take her back and they have this dinner and she's like,
their camp reminds me of like the southern bayou. It's like they're down on the bayou.
Exactly. And then the mom and the dad are like, all right, well, we really
like
you.
Played by Sissy Spacek and William Hurt.
They're like, this is a nice evening and what a nice meal. She's like, can I just go home to my family? Which, why she wants to go back so bad when they were trying to get rid of her. And
Because she's been kidnapped.
I guess she was afraid of like what was going to happen. But then the more time that goes by, she kind of loses track of time, and he like teaches her how to swim and
they're
stuff. They have all these romantic interludes,
but nothing too romantic because of it's a Disney movie.
It's Disney, so they can't really go crazy. And what is this rated? Like PG, so yeah, PG, they can't go crazy. So then come to find out, like, the water is this fountain of youth, and if she drinks it, she'll live forever. So he was, like, stopping her from doing that in case she didn't want to never die, basically. So him and his family are, like, living on forever and never dying, which is kind of like a curse, I guess.
They drank the water, it seemed to me, in the 1700s. And then they've never really, maybe the early 1800s.
Yeah.
Maybe late 1700s, early 1800s.
And whatever age they were when they drank the water, they never aged past that age.
So this movie has a Rotten Tomato critic score of only 60%. Over 50,000 audience members submitted their average to Rotten Tomato, and their average is 70%. IMDb is 6.6 out of 10. 209 Google users have submitted their review for an average of 3.8 out of 5. And I think that I am a 3 out of 5. It was an okay movie. It was entertaining. But to me, what do you think? Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think I'm 3 out of 5. I don't really like the ending. It's like he tells her...
No spoilers. I guess spoilers. It's a 20-plus-year-old movie. Almost 20 years old. It's 18 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just don't really like how it ends. Like, it's more realistic, I guess, but I like happy endings. So, I don't know. I guess the point of the movie was, like, even if you die, at least make sure you live your life and you're, like, having a happy and fulfilled life, like, while you're alive. So, she chooses to, like, not let herself die, or not... She chooses to not get eternal life on earth or whatever, because he's like, oh, you know, at the right time, go drink this water, and we have to be separated because, like, the authorities are trying to find them and stuff, and they're like, it's not safe for you to be with us anymore. And
why am I fully
and she's like, but I love you, and then like,
but she's like 17.
She doesn't go drink the water though, and then he says he's gonna come back for her, but then by the time he comes back, it shows him like finding her gravestone by the bubbling brook or whatever the heck it was. And so it's like, and then it says like loving mother and wife. So she found somebody and she married somebody else, obviously, and had a family.
To me, this movie was much more interesting on the flashbacks. They had these dream sequence flashbacks kind of showing how the Tuck family came to be as they were and not aging. And to me, the buildup of the love story was much more fascinating. And then there is an evil villain played by Ben Kingsley thrown in the mix.
Yeah, he
where
does
he's
a really
for
good
nefarious reasons wanting financial gain for this fountain of youth.
Yeah.
And it's like a shady situation, and he plays a great villain. But to
he
me,
does. He's creepy.
The movie kind of skipped over the good parts, which was the buildup of how they got the fountain, and then like it gave these little snippets of the past. And to me, that was the very interesting story that they just kind of glossed over to focus.
He loves history.
It focused on the romance between them, but I found that rather dull. I would have found
that's the part that I enjoy. So
timeline of them finding the fountain and then like them discovering that.
Okay, now that you say that, I'm 3.5 out of 5 because I'm changing my rating because I like the romantic aspect.
An okay movie, but not a great movie.
That's true.
But I do own it on DVD, so.
And this is the second time that we've watched it, I think.
In the last 3 or 4 years, we've watched it at least twice.
Because we both like kind of time movies. This isn't time travel, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like it kind of falls in that genre a little bit.
Movie like Age of Adeline.
Highlander was another person who never died.
Yeah, so like I feel like this could have been done better.
Yeah.
I would be interested to see how the story in the book was.
I guess existentially speaking, it's just an interesting concept.
It's a good philosophical movie.
Yeah, it's something to think about. Like, if you could live forever, like here on the earth, would you want to?
Because not everybody around them was living forever, and that was kind of the tragedy of the eternal life. Right.
And like, would you even want to if you could? Because like, is there something kind of...
Go back and watch my Highlander review and think of the song by Queen, Who Wants to Live Forever.
Well,
you
that
go.
song didn't really fit with the movie, I don't think.
Not really.
But it's just an interesting thing to think about. Like, would it be a blessing or a curse to live forever? Like, let
It's
us
like
know.
an
Let us
Aesop's
know in the
fable.
comments. Let us know in the comments. Like, would you want to
Okay.
live forever when you're not in heaven? You're still here on the earth.
Let's wrap this up. We got a lot more to review.
All right.
Until next time, we'll see you then.
Enjoy it.